And we are live. Hi, guys. I'm the MVJ Warrior. I am the promoter of Gut Check Promotions, also Gut Check Championship Series. I have our co-main event here with Scrappy and Melinda. We're going to get this scrap on. So, ladies, real quick, if you can introduce yourself. Lauren, I'll have you go first if you're on top. One sec. Is echoing me. All right. So now the echo's going. So, Lauren, if I could have you introduce yourself first, tell us where you train, your record, and a little bit about yourself.
My name is Lauren Scrappy Rawle. As you know, I train out of Black Sheep Martial Arts in Royersford, Pennsylvania. My record is 4-5. I had to think about that. And I've been training for about 2 years and fighting for a year.
Nice, nice. Tell us a little bit something about yourself.
I am a tattoo artist. I own my own tattoo shop, and I also co-own a skate shop with my husband. And yeah, pretty much just tattooing, fighting are my whole life. There's not much more to it than that.
Gotcha. All right. I mean, the tattoos are awesome. I've seen some of your work, and I've
Thank you.
also talked about coming out there and getting inked up by you. Just don't know what
I
I'm at
know, we
yet.
gotta make it happen.
All
Not
right.
that far away.
And indeed, Melinda.
Yep, I'm Melinda. I train out of Nomad, BJJ, and MMA out of Oakland, Maryland. I've been training for a little over 2 years, about 2 years now, fighting for one. And it was about this time last year that I had my first fight. So currently I sit at 3-1.
Nice.
And yep.
So, and tell us something about yourself outside of fighting.
So outside of fighting, pretty busy. I have 2 kids, 2 daughters, and my 11-year-old is involved in a lot. That's how I got started fighting. Was she started doing jujitsu, and I was
Okay.
taking her every day. And then a few months in, I decided to stay for kickboxing, and that's how that got started.
Nice. Now, you guys at Nomad, you're an affiliate of Choke the Athletics, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so so do you strictly train like kickboxing and Muay Thai, or just Muay Thai, or MMA as well?
Just kickboxing and Muay Thai. The gym does offer the grappling side of it, but I've never done that before. I've taken a couple no-gi classes, but right now I'm just trying to stick to the striking part of it. And um, we go down to Delaware occasionally and train with Joe at Chuck D. And maybe sometime in the future I would look into that a little bit more. But right now, just striking.
Okay. Now, Lauren, I know you've fought for a couple of titles before, came up a little short one way or another. Some felt that you got robbed, some felt that the other person won. Um, how is the preparation for this fight different from the previous ones?
Well, like you said, as that first fight, it was a tournament. One girl fell out, um, literally the day of, and then so I ended up fighting once, and then the judges gave it to the other girl in the finals over me. So then I just felt like, and I was going into that fight being the only girl not from New York, and I just felt like getting the rematch with her that I had to knock her out. There was no other choice. So I wasn't training necessarily for that, but that was in my mind so much. Like we had a good game plan, but I think that I was putting so much pressure on myself in training and everything. Like I was so stressed the entire time. Like I was just like, I have to do this. I have to do this. And now with this fight, it's been so much more just like I've been having fun and able to enjoy training again and just focus on getting better and not like, oh, I just have to get the knockout or there's no way I'm going to win this. And like, it's just so much less pressure. The training has just been all like the camp's just gone perfectly. It's been awesome.
Now, Melinda, how do you see Lauren in comparison to some of the other opponents that you faced?
Lauren is definitely the most experienced competitor that I've faced. So I feel like she's seen a lot more, um, being able to like share the ring with a lot of different competitors. So she has definitely seen a lot. And I wonder, like, what can I bring that might be different that she hasn't seen before?
So when this matchup came up, everyone was kind of like so excited about seeing the two of you put it on. So I personally haven't gotten to see your matches, Melinda, but I've definitely gotten a chance to see Lauren. So when everybody is talking about your skill set and talking about how good you are and how this is going to be such a good fight, and then for you to be so humble and say that, I don't know what I can bring to the table. It's like everybody else is telling me what you can bring to the table, but you.
Yeah, well, I think that's like the great part about fighting is I train all the time and I enjoy it, but I guess I never really know at what level I'm at. Like, I can feel good about a certain thing or think that I'm doing well, but to me, I just don't really know where I stand until I test myself. That's just kind of how what it
I
means
got you.
to me, just to test myself, see where I stand, where I need to go next. I'm glad that people like see that side of me. It's nice to have support from other people. And also, I'm just new to the sport, and so I'm learning, watching other competitors, watching other fighters, and just taking it all in.
Indeed, indeed. Now, I know that you're 3-1. Have you fought for a title previously?
No.
Okay. So, Lauren, where do you see yourself in this fight with someone who's only had 4 fights, but so many people are talking about how good they are?
Yeah, it's a really weird thing, honestly. This is the first fight I've ever gone into where I have no idea, like what she has to offer, but I've only heard really amazing things. So it's kind of a little bit like, it's like you just don't know what to expect. So I feel confident and I truly do believe that I'm gonna win. I don't think you can go into a fight not believing that. But it is like, I don't know what she has to offer. We actually, I know that she fought on the same card as me back like a year ago, but I didn't even get to see that fight because I was in the back warming up. So like I literally no idea what she has to offer. So it's a different type of challenge than I've ever had so far.
I want to say welcome to my world as a fighter. When we were coming up, there was no YouTube, there was no videos.
Right.
If you were lucky
Can
to be
creep
on the
on
same card,
Instagram.
it couldn't do any of that. So if you were lucky enough to have a VHS or a friend that fought and he handed you his VHS and you got to scrub through to get to the fights and kind of try to see what you see. It was crazy back then. And sometimes you didn't even know who you were fighting unless you just knew the person, but you found out once the other person was standing on the other side of the ring.
I will say it is kind of nice because you can't obsess about it. Like when you
Yeah.
do know who it is and you can just look at their Instagram, you're like, okay, they like to do this and this is what they're good at. And now it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna prepare. I'm gonna do me and I'm just gonna get better at what I need to get better at. And I'm not gonna like obsess over, oh my God, Melinda, blah. So it is actually nice in that way for sure.
Indeed, indeed. Now, Lauren, when you heard about this fight and you heard that, it was going down, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
I was just excited, one, that somebody was like stepped up and wanted to take it. Because it is hard to find matchups at this weight. And that gut check could make it happen because I love fighting for you guys. So I was just really, really excited for the opportunity.
Appreciate that. And Melinda, same question to you. What went through your mind when you found out you guys were matched up?
Yeah, I was also excited. I don't know a lot about Lauren or know her personally, but I remember that fight, that GSC fight. It was my first one, and I had like ran into you in the back hallway and said hi. And I've just seen you at a couple other fights before, and I thought to myself, like, this is a person that I respect, and she seems super cool. So if I'm gonna go out there and like put on a show with someone, I think that she'd be like great to share the ring with and then be a fun time.
Yeah, for
Now,
sure.
do either of you have to cut a lot of weight for these fights?
No, I'm at 112 right now, so.
Okay, Melinda.
Yeah, this is my first time fighting at 110. All my previous fights have been at 119.
Okay.
So I am cutting weight.
So
Nice.
how does your meal prep, your dieting work for you? Is it something that you put together, or you seek out professionals to help you with that?
No, it's all me. It's actually been like really fun. I'm not much of a cook. Maybe I am, but I've turned into one recently, and I'm always people probably get tired of me talking about all the food that I'm eating and like different things that I'm trying and but yeah, it's just all me doing like my meal prep and my meal planning, and I've really enjoyed. I've like changing my diet to like this. It's been a lot cleaner and a lot more strict, and um, had it not been for like the weight cut, I don't know that I would have done it. But I'm actually like glad that it happened because I think just overall I feel better eating the way that I've been eating. So.
Nice, nice. Always good to put that good fuel into you. Now, after fighting, what's your favorite meals? Any one of you can go first.
Hmm.
Buffalo chicken stuffed pizza. That's the
My
go-to
son,
first, always.
Yeah.
buffalo chicken stuffed pizza.
Yes, that's my jam.
Um,
Melinda?
I love candy. I got some
Mhm.
today and I had to like throw it in the freezer and I'm crushing all of it this weekend.
Is it like fruity candy or like chocolate candy?
Chocolate candy, junior mints.
Yeah.
Chocolate is the struggle
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. There's
My
like no.
my kids, my wife, everyone loves chocolate so much. I like Jolly Ranchers and stuff like that.
I like to
Like it
mix
has
in some of that, but chocolate's number one, always.
to. Now, what training partner or coach has the greatest impact on you as a fighter? Melinda, you go first.
Well, I come from a small gym, so I don't have like a lot of people to work with. So I get most of my work in with my coach Shane and then my training partner Cody. Um,
Okay.
they're both super fundamental in all of my growth and development as like a fighter and competitor in the last year. Shane with just his experience and knowledge that he shares with me, and then Cody is always there any time of day that I want to go in the gym and get work in. He's there, and um, they're both really supportive. So I would say Shane and Cody.
Shane and Cody.
Yeah.
Now, Lauren.
I would definitely say who's had the biggest impact on me is my coach Jeff Knapp. Just because I've been with him since day one. I literally never tried any type of martial arts before that, and he shaped me into a fighter in no time. And obviously, I still have lots to grow and learn, but he's just so dedicated to me. Even and he has a fight that same night, and he's still like putting full um time and effort into my camp and my training, and it's I almost like forget sometimes that he's fighting because of how much he's putting into getting me ready for this fight. So I appreciate him so much, and I definitely will be with him my entire fight career, no doubt. And then I mean, I've had a lot of amazing training partners. Everyone at Algeo has been super amazing. They are like huge in my clinch game. Denise,
Nice.
John, they were like they spent a lot of hours, like after hours, helping me with my clinch and everything. So that was really, really huge too.
That's cool. So you have other women and people your size that you can train with, and Lauren, you have Cody. Well, when you come to Delaware, you have more people when you come here, right?
Yeah, there are more people. I've trained to like a couple other gyms. Thankfully, Cody, he's a little smaller, so he's closer to my size, but he's
Yeah.
not quite my size. Um, but yeah, I've been able to get a little bit of travel time in to train with people closer to my size and other people. And then I have like a few other partners at the gym to get some work in with as well.
Now, what advantages or disadvantages do you ladies face as being women in the sport?
You
Lauren,
want to
you go
go
first.
first? Okay. um, Let me think. I think just the fact that because I haven't really come across anyone that's like been disrespectful because I was a woman or anything like that, but I think just the fact that there are um so few of us fighting, like I said, it's very hard to get fights at this weight. Melinda said she doesn't really have too many girl training partners. Like there's just not that many of us. So it's like, when you see like a all women sparring event pop up, it's 3 hours away. It's like, oh, I gotta go because I only have a
Yeah,
handful of girls. So I think that's probably the biggest struggle for sure.
Melinda.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, the lack of us is definitely a struggle, but on the opposite side, because it is so rare to have like a woman in martial arts, people just seem to always support you, like always want to uplift you. They think that it's amazing that you're doing it to begin with, no matter like how often or how much or how good you are. So everyone's extremely supportive. I think just because they see you as like doing something out of the norm.
I got you. In my
Yeah.
gym, one of the things that I see as a disadvantage that I try to make sure I change the mindset is how, like, sparring when it comes to men and women. Sometimes, you got a guy who's going super hard and doesn't respect that there's a woman in front of you, or you got a guy that's going super soft because you don't respect that there's actually a fighter in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
it's like, don't treat them as if they're lesser, but also don't treat them as if they're bigger or stronger than you. It's
Mhm.
it's kind of a fine line that I find with some people, but I mean, there just has to be a level of she has to get better. And I tell my students that when you have a sparring partner or training partner, and whether you have more experience, less experience, male, female, you're responsible for your partner to get better. And if you don't help your partner get better, you're helping each other get worse or stay stagnant, and it's not helping. So I tend to give push-ups, burpees, all kinds of stuff when I see stuff like that, but it doesn't happen a lot anymore. But I do have I have two young teenagers who are up and coming that I would love to get to spar with you both, actually, because it's usually just them, you know, as
Okay.
far as that want to compete, that want to fight. And there's a 13-year-old, she's probably about 135 pounds, and then a 16-year-old that's about 120 pounds.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, we can definitely set that up, make it happen, make the trip.
Now, let's get into it. Now we got all the good stuff,
Uh-oh.
all the nice stuff out of the way. Now, I want to know from Melinda first
Okay.
what you expect, and you don't have to be nice about it. I mean, we're all respectful, of course, but it comes at a certain level of confidence when you step into that ring. What do you expect us to see when you step in that ring, and how will you see the end of that fight through becoming a champion?
When I step into that ring, I myself feel like I kind of transcend into like a different frame. I hope people can see that when I'm in there, that I'm in there, and I hate to use this, it's so cliche, but like in the zone. But it truly happens to like just be present in the moment. I hope that people can see that I'm focused and I'm alert, and that the will to keep moving and push to the end and to do what I do best overcomes anything that comes in front of me. I expect to give it everything that I have, to play a smart game, and I hope that people see the work that I've put in the last few months. I hope everything that I've given up and everything that I've pushed through and sacrificed is all shown in that 10 minutes, and that people see that, and that it's just proven that the hard work I've put into it.
Okay. Now, have you fought a previous 5 round fight before?
No.
Okay, so this is going to be your first one.
Yep.
Nice. Now, what round is it going to end and how?
I think it's going to go 5 rounds, judge's decision in my favor.
Okay.
I
Now,
think
Lauren. I'm sorry. Go
sorry.
ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Both pretty tough. Yeah.
All right, Scrappy. Tell me what Scrappy does.
I definitely think, like I said, don't know what to expect. I'm just going to go in there, execute my game plan, and I think it's going to be a really exciting fight. You know, I don't like to be in boring fights, like to keep it exciting. Like I said, I was so obsessed with the knockout last time. I'm not even going to put a round or a time stamp on that. I'm just going to go in there, flow, whatever happens, happens. And if it does go to the judge's decision, it will be unanimous decision for me.
Now, I know there was a fight that you had. It was on Gut Check. I think you fought. I can't think of her
Dana?
name. Dana. Yes, and she had the clinch over you. You had the striking. She had the clinching. How are you going to, or what have you done to fill that void? And how is it going to go with the clinch game in this next fight this weekend?
Well, that was almost almost a year ago at this point. I guess that was July, so a little less, but so I've put in a ton of work in clinch. That was my first fight where, I mean, I had fights with clinching, but it was like, you know, very sloppy amateur clinching. Her clinching was, you know, got to give her props. Her clinching was awesome, and she was very, very strong. So I got to really focus on that after that fight and say, okay, in this position, how do I get out? She's holding me tight here. What do I do? So I worked a lot on that, and I got a lot of experience in other fights with it after that. And so I think no matter where it goes in this fight, I feel confident and I feel strong, and I'm going to do well.
Okay. Now, Melinda, who did you fight last?
The last time I fought was at WKA in August.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like the Sunday, and I don't know her last name. Her first name was Miss. But
okay. So what are your goals in this fight game? What's the future have for you?
For this fight, or like future?
You know, after this, as a fighter, what do you see in the future? Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I want to continue fighting. I'll see what like opportunities knock after Saturday. If I want to try to do more tournament style fights, because I did enjoy doing that last year. That was fun. It was different. Or what will happen. Yes, sometimes I think that like, oh, I'm getting old and I don't have much longer. I'm not that old, but it's a hard sport to like keep up for a really long time. But I hope that it's something that I can continue to do for a long time.
Okay. Lauren?
I would definitely, the goal is to be pro eventually for sure. So I'm really just trying to get all the amateur experience I can, get all the different looks that I can. But I would like to also, I don't think I'm going to do WKs again. but maybe there's a couple other, like there's TBAs, IFMA. I think fighting for Team USA would be really amazing. That would be a huge goal to accomplish. But yeah, eventually the end goal would be to be pro. Or not end
Okay.
goal, the start of, a new chapter.
Start of a new chapter. Now, is there any promotional companies you're looking towards when you push towards pro?
I mean, one championship obviously would be like amazing. But I'll go. Like I would love to fight for you guys, be a female pro. I don't at least I've since I've been fighting, I don't think you guys have had any female pro fighters on there in the past year. So that would be cool. Like honestly, I don't say no to anything. So
Yeah, there have been two female fighters that we were trying to get matched, not with each other, but get matched for pro gut check. We've never had a female pro fight on gut check yet. Now, I will
maybe I could
tell
be the
you,
first.
indeed, I will tell you some of our endeavors. I know you've seen the boxing. We're starting back with the amateur boxing and going to go towards the pro. And we started, actually, Joe Stripling was our first pro fighter on gut check. I think that was back in 2018. But the goal here going forward for us is to do more pro fights, eventually all pro cards, and also sign fighters on our roster.
Oh, okay, cool. That's amazing. Yeah, that
So
would be really
that's some of
awesome.
our goals for the future.
Nice. Yeah, I would
Now,
love to be a part of
there's
that.
indeed. If there's any questions you guys have for me, or hold on one second. I thought I had a question here. If there's any thing that you have for me, Helen just throws her fingers up there. Bam.
Oh, I didn't even know we could have a chat in here. Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you have anybody viewing, they want to ask questions, I have the Facebook open. They can ask questions on Facebook, and then the YouTube open. They can ask questions here. Now, I will say, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free. But before we get out of here, I want everyone to know where they can find you guys on social media, and we're going to have Melinda go first.
My Instagram is at LindyRock. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
How do you spell that? I'll put that up on the screen.
LINDIEROC.
It's
Like
ROC. Bam. Is that it?
Hey.
CK. There's a K on the end.
Got cut off.
LINDIEROCK.
Yeah.
Bam. All right, now we got you up there. All right, and Miss Scrappy. I always want to say Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So I am just on Instagram as well. I am _Scrappy with 2 I's.
Is it 2 P's?
Yep.
And 2 Y's?
Yep. _
So
first.
yours would be like that?
Yep. Perfect.
All right, cool. If there's anything you'd like to say to each other and your fans out there, please do so now. I'll have Lauren go first.
Well, for Melinda first, I'm excited to share the ring with you, see what you got in there. I personally think this is going to be fight of the night. I've heard really great things about you, and I like to always put on a good show, so I'm super excited to get in there and dance with you. And to everyone watching, thank you so much for always supporting me. And I know I fight a lot, and you travel all over to see me and get tickets all the time and get pay-per-views, so it means the world to me. And thank you again to my coach Jeff for dedicating so much time to me, and also huge shout out to everyone at North Star MMA. They have been a huge help this camp, and I couldn't have done this without them as well.
Nice. Melinda?
Yep. Thanks, Lauren, for again agreeing or taking the fight with me on Saturday and letting me share the ring with you. I'm also excited. I think it's going to be fun. I think that you and I are both going to put on an awesome showing of female Muay Thai and maybe inspire some people. And again, fight of the night is you and me 100%. So looking forward to it. And then everyone else watching, thank you for all your support. My friends, my family, the gym, my coaches, my partners. Everyone knows how like crazy my life is sometimes, and I couldn't do something like this without the help of everybody. It's like a community back home. Everyone's just helping me get in the gym and train and get to partake in something so fulfilling like this is really important to me. So thank you so much.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I appreciate you both. I appreciate the support you guys bring to Gut Check, and I can support. I appreciate you guys supporting and fighting for us. I can't wait to see this fight. I've heard so much about Melinda. I've seen the action that Scrappy does in that ring, but really excited for this fight, and I'm happy to have you guys as co-main event. Thanks for taking the time out for us tonight. And if there are no other questions from, or if there are no questions from some of the viewers, we are going to log off. This will be posted for you to be able to share in a little bit. It should render and all that good stuff, and then be available on YouTube. Please share it. Please tell your families. And I can't wait to see you ladies Friday night. Beat that scale and then beat each other after that ring.
All right. Thanks so much for having me.
All right.
All right. Now, good night, ladies.
Night.
You're welcome.